Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the middleweight bout between Jamie Pickett versus Jordan Wright. So you got Beverly Hills, Cowboy? I say the Cowboy, Karate Man. I forget what he called himself. The Beverly Hills something. Beverly Hills, Bruce Lee. I don't know what this man called himself, but he karate. He does karate. He has a karate background, but very hittable. He's not your typical karate person, but has flashes, but also has his flaws. Going against Jamie Pickett, who also has his flaws, his setbacks. Lost to two decent prospects in Tafon and Tafon Chukwi, and lost to the Hawaiian dude, Punahele Soriano. So he lost to two pretty decent prospects and was able to go, the full distance with them, though being hurt in both those fights. And definitely you see on Punahele Soriano, that power is definitely carrying on through his career. And he's been really running through everybody. So in hindsight, that looks pretty good for him that he's able to take his power for 3 rounds and be able to go through 3 rounds and, be relatively competitive at times in that fight. But now coming here against Jordan Wright and stuff, I think with Jordan Wright, like when he's fighting lesser competition, he could look great from the outside, but no matter the level of competition on the inside, his inside game is not the best. He kind of, like I said, most karate people, his head gonna be up there in the air, but they want to be. It's all about timing. Their defense is their legs and their timing, and his timing needs some work. His movement needs some work because when they get on the inside, especially with aggressive fighters, we saw him get knocked out on the Contender Series, but that fight was turned to a no contest. And then we just see him get knocked out again in his last fight. When people get into the inside and get past that kicking range, he don't really have a lot to offer in that range at all. Now going against another long and tall fighter in Jamie Pickett, who's when he is on it and is aggressive, definitely has that explosiveness and does have that power to cover that distance and won't have to cover as much distance given the fact that he's a long fighter as well and will be able to land with power on a fighter who doesn't have the most trustworthy chin or trustworthy defense on the inside. And I feel like Jamie Pickett could cover that distance, be able to tag him, and once he starts landing clean, I think it's gonna have an immediate effect. Whether to be a one, not a 1 point, whether to be like a knockout coming shortly after, or a breakdown effect that leads to a knockout later on. A knockout later on. But in this one, I'm gonna think it's a first round knockout for Jamie Pickett. I think it's gonna be a little light filler out process. And Jamie Pickett will start to walk him down, cover that distance, and then explode, crack him, and put him out in the first round. So in this one, I have Jamie Pickett via first round TKO.